Get to our top story, and that is the fifth accused in the Parliament breach case. Lalit Jha has been arrested from the national capital, while 4 others were sent to judicial custody. They were sent to police custody and charged with UAPA. Now, Lalit Jha, the last accused, so far at least, the alleged mastermind of the security breach in Parliament that took place on Wednesday, finally has been arrested. The Kolkata-based teacher was arrested from Delhi after being on the run for nearly 2 days. 4 people were arrested for that breach of security in which Sagar Sharma and Manoranjan D smuggled in smoke bombs and left them during the Lok Sabha proceedings. 2 others, Neelam Devi and Amol Shinde, were the ones who were unable to get a pass, and therefore they were outside the Parliament building shouting slogans, waving smoke canisters before they were caught as well. Now, it was Lalit Jha who also didn't get a visitor's pass, and he recorded all that on his cell phone and uploaded it on social media. He also passed on a copy to a Kolkata-based associate who runs a non-profit. Now, let's get more details. We have Sunil Prabhu joining us on the phone line. Sunil Prabhu, there are reports coming out that perhaps Lalit Jha surrendered because he had been on the run for almost 2 days and finally he has been arrested. So, did he surrender or was he arrested by the police?
The official position is that he surrendered. Ultimately, he was arrested. He's the mastermind, and as you are well aware, he was also, along with the other 2 who were outside smoking canisters, he had taken videos of that entire protest taking place. He was the mastermind, as the Delhi police say. So key and very important for the Delhi police, whether it is a surrender or an arrest. The fact is that now they will have to get to the bottom of it. Who are the people who are operating? They'll have to do a forensic evidence, go to the various sites where they procured the smoke canisters as well as the shoes to ensure one way or the other we get down to the bottom of the truth in terms of what exactly has happened. But I think the most important thing is what has happened in Parliament, where members of Parliament have been suspended. One of them, in fact, not even being present. Finally, the Parliamentary Affairs Minister putting that blame on the staff, and really, if you are, suspending members of Parliament, you need to be more careful. You can't blame it on the staff, and the Speaker allowing that motion to take place shows poorly on India's Parliament and parliamentary democracy, because we've been saying right from yesterday that what should have been is a united voice, but instead of finding a way out, they have been fighting and suspending each other. One accusing, asking for the arrest, for the resignation of the Home Minister, and the other suspending members. So really, there is a breakdown in terms of our parliamentary democracy between the opposition and the Treasury benches.
Right. Thank you so much, Sunil, for getting us all those details. Moving on now, also earlier 4 accused in the case were produced in court and sent to police custody for 7 days for questioning, while Manoranjan D and Sagar Sharma were arrested for breaking into the Lok Sabha and jumping from visitors gallery and opening smoke cans. Neelam Azad and Amol Shinde were held for opening smoke canisters outside Parliament. And NDTV has access to exclusive details of how the conspiracy played out. The smoke bombs or canisters were sourced from Latur. The 4 individuals who carried out the attacks inside and outside the Parliament first met up in a house in Gurugram, and then a final meeting that took place at India Gate just the morning of Wednesday before that breach of security that took place at the Parliament. Here is a report. NDTV accesses Parliament attack plan details on the day of the security breach. The accused, all of them met at India Gate, where they discussed the execution of a plan that they had, been thinking of over the last 9 months.
Neelam Singh Azad from Jind in Haryana, Amol Shinde from Latur in Maharashtra, Sagar Sharma from Lucknow in Uttar Pradesh, D. Manoranjan from Mysuru in Karnataka, and Lalit Jha from Bengal. 5 different people, 5 different backgrounds, and from 5 different states. These 5 people met at the India Gate shortly before they proceeded to the Parliament, and on Wednesday morning they met here. They had a meeting for half an hour in which they decided that Amol and Neelam will be outside the Parliament. Remember, there was another incident of protests involving coloured smoke bombs outside the Parliament. They also decided that Manoranjan and Sagar Sharma will go inside the parliament. They had procured only 2 passes from the office of MP Pratap Simha.
Each of the 4 accused were handed out that smoke bomb canister. They were all given that. Do remember, all 4 have now been arrested. That is where they were given the canisters. Those canisters were bought from Latur by Amol Shinde, who was found outside the parliament.
एक जो आरोपी है अमोल शिंदे, वो लातूर जिले का है, महाराष्ट्र के लातूर जिले का है। कुर्ला स्टेशन का जिक्र इसलिए हो रहा है क्योंकि यही वो जगह बताई जा रही है जहां पर सागर से अमोल की मुलाकात हुई थी और सागर ही वो आरोपी है, वो शख्स है जिसने कलरफुल स्मोक बॉम्ब जो स्टिक्स थे उसका इंतजाम किया था और इसी जगह पर कुर्ला इलाके में ही उसने सागर को वो हैंडओवर किया था, जिसे फिर बाद में इंडिया गेट में सभी को बांटा गया।
First protest or security breach with the smoke canisters coming up was here in outside Parliament House at just near the whereabouts of Transport Bhavan. The Neelam Pandey as well as Anmol Shinde, Neelam from Haryana, Anmol Shinde from Maharashtra, bursting these smoke canisters. There were 1, 2, 3 of them before they were taken away by the police and created a scene, not realizing later on that this was a simultaneous approach of protesting even inside the house.
Now, when they had gone inside, they had hidden those canisters inside their shoes because a cavity was made inside the shoes. At the time, they had decided that they might throw those canisters, but they decided to keep them in their hand in order to give out a message that the smoke bombs are harmless and they just want to highlight issues like unemployment and inflation, which is what they had written on those pamphlets perhaps, but they didn't get time to actually take those pamphlets out.
संसद हमले के जो 5 आरोपी हैं वो गुरुग्राम के सेक्टर 7 एक्सटेंशन के इसी घर में ये लोग रुके थे और ये बताया जा रहा है कि 10 तारीख को ये 5 आरोपी जो है वो विशाल शर्मा उर्फ विक्की के इस घर में रुके थे। आप देखिए कि उसके बाद में गुरुग्राम पुलिस यहाँ पर तैनात है।
We are standing right outside Millennium City Center, formerly known as Huda City Center. This is where Sagar Sharma, one of the main accused in the case, he used this metro to go to Anand Vihar, where he took one of the passes that was used to get inside the parliament. And from there, he used Rajiv Chowk metro station to go to Sadar Bazaar.
On the day of the attack, the Sagar Sharma went and bought flags of India from the Delhi Cant area as well as Sadar Bazaar. To remember, in the morning at about 5:30, he had left Gurugram, the house at which all the accused were staying. From there, he went to get his Aadhaar card from Anand Vihar. From Anand Vihar, he went to Rajiv Chowk. From there, he went to Sadar Bazaar, bought those flags and then went to India Gate in order to discuss the last minute details that was discussed at India Gate. Now, the Ministry of Home Affairs has ordered a high-level inquiry into security lapses which took place when 2 men managed to breach security layers inside Parliament. The focus of this committee would be how this breach could be executed and what steps need to be taken in order to avoid such, incidents from happening in the future.
Right in the heart of Latian Zone, India's Parliament, considered the safest building in the country. When in August this year, the new Sansad building was inaugurated by the Prime Minister, as many as 6 security layers were put in place. So how was the security breached yesterday? That's what a high-level team will investigate. NDTV has found out only 200 of the usual 300 guards were deployed on Wednesday. The probe will find out if SPG was consulted in decision to lower the height of the visitors gallery from 30 feet in the old building to 11 feet now. How did the 2 men manage to jump in when there are always 2 marshals in the visitors gallery?
देखिए, सुरक्षा में जो चूक हुई उसकी गंभीरता पूर्वक जांच हो रही, कार्रवाई हो रही है और जहां तक गृह मंत्री जी के जवाब देने का सवाल है वो समय पर सदन में आकर के जवाब भी देंगे।
The probe will also look into how MPs recommend passes for visitors.
मैं समझता हूं कि भविष्य में हम सारे सांसद सभी को सावधानी बरतने की आवश्यकता है ताकि जिनको भी हम पास देते हैं ऐसे व्यक्ति को पास न दिया जाए जो जाकर इस प्रकार की अराजक स्थिति संसद भवन के अंदर पैदा कर दे।
In 2001, when Parliament was attacked, terrorists managed to gain access inside Parliament building through this gate. But this time, when the security lapse took place, accused had hid that smoke canister in their shoes, and that is why it seems that another security layer might be added to the already existing security structure. Security infrastructure at new building is still a work in progress. A day before attack, the CPWD had tenders for additional security infrastructure, including gadgets and bulletproof barriers for the Parliament complex. In New Delhi, this is Neeta Sharma reporting for NDTV.
Now, the latest flashpoint between the opposition and the government over the parliament security breach. The opposition slammed the BJP government for suspending 14 opposition MPs, 13 in Lok Sabha, 1 in Rajya Sabha, over the demand for a statement by the Home Minister on the breach of security. The Congress called the suspension a horrible, undemocratic move. Mallikarjun Kharge has written to the Rajya Sabha chairman saying that the parliament breach is unparalleled and to allow a discussion on it in parliament. The Trinamool Congress has questioned why no action so far has been taken against BJP MP Pratap Simha, while the Congress has demanded that he be expelled. And with that, we're slipping into a very short break. We'll be back with a whole lot more, including the Chief Minister of Rajasthan that's going to be sworn in today. It also happens to be his birthday. We'll get you that and a whole lot more on the other side. Welcome back. Now, first time MLA Bhajanlal Sharma of the Bharatiya Janata Party will take oath as the new Chief Minister of Rajasthan. Bhajanlal Sharma will be sworn in as the 14th Chief Minister of the state. Deputy GM, this is the Deputy Chief Minister designates, Diya Kumari and Prem Chand Berwa will also be taking oath. They'll be administered the oath by the Governor. He is from Bharatpur, but he was not given a ticket from there. At that swearing-in ceremony, the Prime Minister is also going to be there along with the Prime Minister. We are expecting that oath-taking ceremony will take place at about 12 o'clock, 12:05 to be precise, is when Bhajanlal Sharma will be sworn in as the Chief Minister of the state. Moving on to more news now, and moving on to Manipur. A mass burial ceremony of violence victims will begin today. The funeral of the Kuki Zoo dead bodies from Manipur's Kang Pok P district will be held today at Phaijang village. 12 hours shutdown has been called by the groups in the district. There will be a total shutdown till about 5 o'clock in the evening in the entire district of Kang Pok P. The people are expected to hoist black flags across the district. The mass burial ceremony will begin at about 11 o'clock this morning. The bodies of 64 victims of the violence have been lying unclaimed in the morgue for several months now. We have my colleague Ratnadeep joining us to get us more details about this. Ratnadeep, when we talk about that mass burial which is going to take place and dead bodies that have finally reached their homes after so many months, is this a step closer to a conflict resolution when it comes to the state of Manipur?
Well, that's how at least the state and the central government would like to see this. In fact, if you see, since May 3rd, the violence started, and over 6 months, there have been spell of violence. In fact, these dead bodies, many of them have been kept in morgues in Imphal Valley for close to 8 months. And for months together, the families have waited for the closure. And therefore, it was only in last month when the Supreme Court heard the Manipur case, and they said that they cannot keep this, dead bodies in morgue for a long time, and therefore the Supreme Court had asked the government to, hand over the identified dead bodies and also dispose of those which are not identified. A deadline was given, and therefore, in compliance to the Supreme Court's instruction, the state government, with the help of center, yesterday morning we saw a swift operation which involved central forces as well as Indian Air Force, where 19 dead bodies from the morgues in Imphal Valley were airlifted to Kankopi district, which is dominated by the Kuki Zo community, and 41 other bodies were airlifted to the worst hit Churachandpur district, and there are 9 sites across the states where these dead bodies would be, given mass burial. In fact, what has been decided is that 4 bodies from the Meitei community have also been sent back to Churachandpur district, and perhaps in this way, a step forward towards conflict resolution has started in Manipur.